Hey everyone. Well, today I'm looking at FabFilter's new Saturn 2 app, which is also fairly new, I think, on desktop as well. It only came out, I don't know, I think it was like a month ago or two. And probably a lot of iOS users are wondering to themselves, is this app really worth $30? And then the desktop users are going, what? $30? That's nothing. But of course, by iOS standards, it's quite expensive, right? So yeah, if you are wondering, is it worth it? I'll tell you what, it's really worth it. I'm super impressed. I was also not going to buy it until a few people on the Audiobus forum just spoke so adoringly about it, and I thought, okay, this really does sound good. Now, I'm not doing a full tutorial today because I just got it yesterday, and maybe I will do that in the future, let's see, but I don't feel that I know the app well enough to do that right now. What I do want to do is just let you hear how radical this thing can sound on just something as simple as a little sine wave. So here I've got Mela synth loaded up, and I'm not using any preset. This synth is capable of some very nice complex sounds, but unfortunately today I just want to use it for its sine wave. So all I'm doing is loading up one oscillator and putting on a very simple sine wave sound. So if we look at the oscillator here, okay, you couldn't get more simple than that, right? But let me just put on hold and maybe play 3 notes in so we've got a little bit more range. And I just add a little bit here with the shape. It's still a sine wave. Okay. Close that. Choose a preset. Okay, and now put it on. So I think it's fairly clear already that this is not your average distortion plugin, right? Or saturation or whatever. You know, if you're looking at the algorithms that this thing does, tube, tape, amp, saturation, transformer, and it has a lot of each one. And the FX, you might think, well, I've already got a lot of things that can do these, right? You might think Magic Death Eye, lovely tube sounds, tape, okay, tone boosters, Real Bus, for example, wonderful lo-fi machine, basically. Nambrini have a bunch of good amps, There's a lot of good stuff around, but the thing with this is the modulation is amazing, and the multiband aspect. So you can see we can add new bands, we can move bands around, we can change the crossover slopes between bands, got very sharp crossover here. So there's not much crossover. Here we've got a lot of crossover. Got great automation. So down here we have a bunch of different modulation options, so we can use sliders, XY controllers, XLFO, envelope generator, envelope follower. You can use MIDI sources. So many modulation options. For example, listen here what the XY controller can do. This XLFO. There are so many different LFO options. Crazy. Now you can see here when I'm changing that mix, it's not turning everything down because this is just for band 3, right? So we have these different bands. When we click on a different band, we will get different algorithms that we can choose. For example, here we have what? Old tape, smudge, destroy, gentle saturation, right? So we can choose different algorithms for different bands and control the drive and everything separately for all these different bands. So it's really powerful. This one's really nice. I mean, if you like sound design, this thing is bloody incredible. Have an EQ here. We can pan these different drives. Tricky to get that with the mouse. Of course, you can automate these, right? And you can see that it is being automated here. How to set up automation is extremely cool. You just create an object, for example, an XY controller. Then you tell it what you want it to control. You set the levels. Then you can play around on the XY pad, which in this case is not particularly interesting, but you know, you're going to have to experiment with different patch is what's going to sound good. Now, let's see what it's like on something else. Let's take Mobius. Let's take a sax from Session Band Jazz 2. Let's choose something. So you see, we've got all this crazy pitch stuff we can do. And of course, we don't have to do crazy stuff, right? We can just add a bit of color. And you can even use this for mastering. So it has a superb mode here, which is good for cutting out the phase, for example, in the crossovers. But you can see that it really sends the DSP pretty crazy. But that's really, you know, I mean, if you're just playing around with it, off or good are going to be more than enough. And you can see, I mean, this is a heavy plugin, but I mean, I've got 2 instances loaded. I've also got things like Magic Death. I mean, that's going to be taken up, 10% at least. For these other things, this, limiter and stuff like that, they'll take up a little bit. So it's not too bad considering how powerful it is, really. So yeah, we can just add some nice color. Let's look at it on a guitar sound. I used this before if you're a regular. If you're a regular on my channel, you'll recognize this from one of my previous tutorials. Maybe Eventide crystals, I think. Anyway, hope you don't mind me using it again. I like this. So let's hear some of the electric guitar amp type things. I love this preset. Okay, so there we go. You get the idea. I think this is a fantastic, fantastic plugin. I can see myself using this a lot. It's pretty incredible. All right, thanks everybody. Please remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell if you want updates, and write a comment. Yeah, if you're in the mood, if you've got something interesting to say. All right, take it easy, guys. By the way, a few days from now, I'm going to have a tutorial coming up on a new app that's coming out that I'm not going to say the name of, but I am extremely excited about it, so look out for that. Okay, take it easy.